I have been gatekeeping Homeoblock information from you guys, and I'm so incredibly sorry. I have disappeared on you guys more than once, and I'm very sorry. And I've been gone for most of this year at this point, and I'm very, very, very sorry. I realize that I am the only one who's doing current continuous updates on Homeoblock information, and all I wanted to do was share that information with people online, and I was doing that for a while, and then I stopped, and I'm very sorry for disappearing for half of this year on you guys. I even had a very heartfelt, honest thank you that I wanted to give out to some of the reoccurring viewers here, and I don't know if they're ever going to get to see it now because I've taken such a long break. Even after the last video came out, after an 8-month hiatus or something like that, I said I was going to be cranking them out raw and unedited, just whatever I can do to get them out as soon as possible, and I still have taken my sweet little time. I don't want to make excuses or try to justify anything. I just know that I need to get this information out because all I want to do is help people and have discussions about this sort of stuff. My opinion on the Homeoblock has maybe even changed over the last 8 months, and I haven't even gotten to talk about that stuff in a current update because I've been procrastinating. I started this for fun and enjoyment and no stress, just to make and put out there. And then I started building pressure in my head, and that's something I could do, is tell myself I'm not good enough, and I'm working on that. But I realize I just need to push stuff out there, and you guys are just seemingly happy to see updates from me, and I really appreciate that. I'm not saying that because it's stupid or crazy. For me, it's a little bit crazy to think that people want to see my videos. And thank you again for being there and watching them. And even if you're not happy with them, even if you dislike my videos, like press the little thumbs down or whatever, I don't care. I just want to talk. I want to hear it. I want to hear your complaints and your criticisms, because you guys at this point are the only thing keeping me accountable. I am only coming back because in the 8 months or whatever it was that I was gone, I was reading comments from you guys saying like, hey, when's the next update? When are you coming back, dude? I know you don't have to do this, but we're waiting for you, and I appreciate all of that. So seriously, I need to hear from you guys. You guys are what is keeping me going here. And I know it's not like supposed to be stressful, and I'm not even supposed to, like, I'm not even talking about the Homeoblock at this point. I'm just telling you guys, it really helps to hear from you, to hear what you want, what you like, what you don't like. Somebody had been asking about the codes recently. What is the code I used or gave to my insurance? I'll look through my emails. There's going to be a ton of back and forth between me and my Homeoblock office, the provider's office. So I have to dig through emails to find the codes. I know some people are just looking for constant updates. I know I'm going to look through all the comments again, but again, you guys are what's really helping me pump this stuff out here. So please and thank you. Thank you for commenting, and please comment more and yell at me and being annoying. If you feel like you're being annoying with your comments, keep being annoying. That's what I need to stay here, to keep working on these things for you guys. I don't want to take another break. I'm so incredibly sorry. I did not want to do that. And I don't even care to get into like, this is why and blah, blah, blah. But in this update coming up right now, just know that was from like April. That's like 8 months from, or that would have been May or June. Like it's almost 6 months now since this last video had been shot and edited, and I was basically sitting on a finished product for months because I was all in my head saying I'm not doing a good job. but all I'm trying to do here is promote discussion. I'm starting to see discussion online of people calling the Homeoblock a scam. I can't argue with them because I'm hardly putting out great information or facts, but what we're doing here is all I was looking to do is create discussion. I'm hearing from other people who've started their treatment. Somebody is telling me they've had it for like 3+ months and they have no change in their sleep. Like, I want to hear about this stuff. I want to discuss this stuff so we could put the evidence forward. And again, with that, I'll stop talking about talking, and just know that what you're about to see is something I shot like half a year ago, and I, for some reason, didn't put it out, and I just sat on it. And so a lot of the information I talked about in the beginning of the video about moving has changed. So just keep that in mind when you watch this video. I mention the bite blocker, which is the device that comes with the Homeoblock. I lost that since, and I kind of need that as part of my treatment. You'll see what I'm talking about in the video. I think I showed on camera. I mentioned the bite blocker. I've lost it and I need to get another one. And so if you guys keep yelling at me and encouraging me to keep coming back and making these videos, I will then buy a new one. Regardless, I'm going to buy a new one because I think I need it, and I've not had it for like 6 months now. I think it's going to help with my growth again. I'm not sure if my Homeoblock growth has been stunted. I haven't noticed any like wild changes. In the video, I also mentioned rather than doing 1 turn a month, I started experimenting with little turns every week and how that was important. I'm going to go back to that. But anyways, let's stop talking. This video is from like 6 to 8 months ago. Just keep that in mind and enjoy, and keep being annoying, keep commenting, keep being friendly, keep being cool. I appreciate all of it. You guys are why I do this at this point, and I'm sorry that I have not been doing my job for you all. And let's get back to talking about the Homeoblock. Bye. Yo, I look scary right now. And this is actually after it got a lot better. It was much worse, but check it out. All right, I am back. Hair is wet. I just got out of the shower because it's Memorial Day weekend and I'm going to be disappearing into the woods very soon. And so I gotta bang this out real quick and get out of here in the next 15 minutes. So we're gonna be talking really fast. There's a few updates that I could talk to you about. For starters, I just got back from California. I was at my best friend's wedding. I'm now going away again. It's been a really busy month. To let you guys in a little bit more, I wasn't sure when I was gonna tell you guys this, but I'm gonna be moving to California. And that is all the way across the country for me. So it's a really big deal, something I've always wanted to do. That's why I keep saying I'm a little bit busier, a little bit more stressed these days. It's been a long time coming, but I'm super excited. I just spent 2 weeks there and had a blast. I know it's going to be good for me in the end, but it's taking a lot of my time. And so besides that, I was also at my best friend's wedding this weekend. That was an incredible time. At some point, sooner or later, we're going to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Why do I look like a zombie from 28 Days Later? We'll get to that. So anyways, besides the stuff that's been going on in my personal life, we could talk about some Homeoblock. I do have a few updates for you guys that we could talk about. But firstly, I would like to hold myself accountable in front of you all and also for myself, because I haven't been using the bite blocker and I haven't been really chewing like I said I would. When I say I haven't been using this, I mean in this last month, which has been really busy with me running all over the place. And with chewing, I was starting to get really good at remembering to consciously chew. With mewing, another thing that I have to talk about in one of the videos going forward, mewing is like keeping your tongue at the roof of your mouth. I feel a lot of you already know what I'm talking about, but I will get there eventually. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments and I will tell you about it. Or I will, be more encouraged to make a video. With mewing, which also helps my palate expand, it's become an unconscious thing. No matter where I am or what I'm doing, I will recognize that my tongue is not resting at the roof of my mouth. And so I need these to be unconscious habits. I have been using the bite block throughout my treatment so far. It just sits there at the bottom of your mouth, so it's not hard to do. I just haven't been consciously wearing it this past month as I've been running around and busy with a lot of things. So I do want to recognize that. I'm not sure if that may have stunted my growth at all, but I do find this thing helpful in breathing and exercising. When I wear it, I again notice my airways feel a bit more open, because the idea again is that the bite block is helping protrude your jaw a little bit to create space for growth. And so when you wear that bite block, your jaw already comes out a little bit. And here's a little exercise you could do at home. Try nose breathing and then jut your jaw forward and then nose breathe again. You'll notice it's a bit more effortless and you could get deeper inhalations and exhalations. With the mastic chewing gum, it was starting to become a daily thing. And then, I went on vacation in California, and I don't even think I brought the gum. I want to get to a point where I'm always chewing gum. Mike Mew said recently in an interview with some sort of content creator that he finds jaw growth to be a lot tougher in people over 25. And he recommends taping your mouth at night, which I have not done much. And then he also recommends chewing as often as you can if you're over 25 and you want to see more facial development. So haven't been using these two too much. I want to recognize that, but I will be very conscious of this going forward into the next month, and we'll have more on that in the next update. Man, if you guys could hear me practicing in the shower versus when I'm in front of the camera, it's just completely different. It's annoying, but I always fumble over my words when I'm actually recording. Anyways, there's one thing I want to talk about that I always mention, and I constantly say I am sleeping more deeply, and I want to define that a little bit. So every single month I say I'm sleeping a little bit deeper, and what does that mean? How do you quantify sleep? For me, what I'm talking about when I say I'm sleeping more deeply is that I'm having very long and vivid dreams. So I don't know if a lot of people recognize the fact that dreams are a sign of very good deep sleep. Dreams really happen in REM sleep, which actually happens in short bursts more often than not. And that's generally where your dreams happen. And so that's why dreams can feel blurry and fuzzy and just really fast. And then they start, you don't know how that starts, and then they end, you don't know where it ends, but all of a sudden it transitions to a next part of your dream. So when I say deep sleep, I'm mainly thinking dreams, because for years of my life, I did not dream at all. If you go to sleep apnea, if you go to Reddit, if you go to the subreddit for sleep apnea, you'll see that a lot of people have not experienced dreams in years until they often get their face mask, their CPAP, which I'm not a fan of. But when you're sleeping well, you're dreaming a lot. And there's, varying degrees of dreams and how involved you are, there's the lucid dream, which once you become, conscious, like, oh my God, I'm actually dreaming right now. It's like your body starts to pull you out of that dream. It's pretty surreal. But, you don't get there without having deep quality sleep. So when I say I'm sleeping deeply, I'm thinking about how vivid my dreams are, because on some cases, you're just like an observer in your dream. You might not even have a physical form. You might just be watching something happen, and there's no like involvement. With my deeper sleep and my very vivid dreams, I could tell you all kinds of details. I could almost, without it being a full lucid dream, I could almost take my time in the dream and look around more and move around more and interact more in a way before things, start to pull you out. So when I say deep sleep, I'm talking about like, it's almost like I'm living another life within my dream. I've once described it to my friend, I once described it to my brother as, when I'm sleeping my best, it feels like I'm living a whole day within my dreams, and then I wake up and then I go about a whole nother day. So when I'm talking deep sleep, I mean like I'm living in the world of a dream, and that to me is a mark of really good sleep. I have this Aura ring that I have yet to talk about on these videos, and I said I was going to make product videos, and as you guys know now, I've got a lot of other things going on. But my Aura ring tracks my REM sleep, my deep sleep, my light sleep, and when I'm only sleeping lightly with no deep sleep or REM sleep, then that's when I don't dream at all, or I have that very fuzzy dream that I can't even tell you what happened, and I don't know if I was even like a physical body in that dream. But then when I have like multiple hours of REM sleep and deep sleep, then it feels as if the dream is almost as real as everything before me right now, where I'm kind of taking my time and I'm slowly experiencing the dream. It's not just like cut to cut to cut of next dream sequence. It's like I'm almost interacting with the world around me in the dream, and that's a result of the deep sleep and the REM sleep. So that's what I'm talking about when I say I've been sleeping more deeply. With that, let's talk about the Homeoblock. So I mentioned last month, let me cut it. So with that, let's talk about my Homeoblock experience this past month and how it's been affecting my sleep. So what I was instructed to do by Laura Tirado, who provided my Homeoblock, is to do one good crank every month. And so in doing one good crank every month, what I always noticed is that sleep gets a little bit deeper. Now you know what I mean, like that. So when I do one crank, that sleep gets a little bit deeper, as in for the next week after expansion, or a week and a half, week or two, all of a sudden it feels like, my dreams are once again a little bit more vivid and a little bit longer and a little bit more detailed. And then after about a week or two, then often, truly, I haven't said this before, often that sleep starts to go back to normal. And then maybe I'm not dreaming at all, or maybe it's going back to kind of like shallow detail, fuzzier, less impactful deep sleep, and dreams that I can't really remember because they're so short. So that's what would happen after doing one good crank every month. In last month's video, I mentioned I'm going to try something new, which I kind of thought of from some of the comments that I had been left from people who are now starting their Homeoblock, which is great. I'd love to hear more about your experiences starting your Homeoblock. Let me know. what they had been told is to do smaller expansions. And I think nobody had actually said turn it once a week, but for some reason I interpreted it that way. But rather than that one full turn, what I started doing at the start of this month, actually for the very first time, I dialed back my Homeoblock. I didn't expand, I contracted the Homeoblock and reduced the width so far. And that was because I knew I was going to want to do a slight adjustment every week. And so that's what I've been doing. And I think I'm going to do that going into this next month as well. I'm going to start June just doing a small quarter expansion every week to have better results for you guys, because I started this when I was in California. And I was on vacation, so I wasn't able to like really pay too much attention to like how I was feeling on it. But I feel there's a good practice starting there with just smaller quarter expansions. Because what I notice when I do one big expansion every month is that first week or two, I'm feeling like results. I'm feeling a pressure on my palate. I'm feeling, how do I say, like, when I do one big turn a month, it feels like, boom, the results are there, and then just as quickly, boom, the results start to subside. I feel like with slow turning shortly throughout the month, whether that's 1 week or every 2 weeks, I feel like I'm getting a slight increase in quality of sleep when I'm doing smaller expansions as opposed to one big one a month. So I want to take a second month to do a small increase, and I will get back to you guys there on how that's feeling. I was staying in some weird kind of sleep situations when I was in California, kind of sleep situations that I wouldn't have normally had quality sleep in, because I'm a really light sleeper as someone with sleep apnea. They were noisier or other factors, a lot of light in the room, things like that. And I had noticed in doing the small turn, it's like I'm feeling that increase in sleep every week, as opposed to, that quick increase of deep sleep to then now it's leveling out. So I feel like I want to try this again, because I noticed when I was on vacation, where normally my sleep kind of like suffers because I don't have like my routine sleep habits. I noticed on that vacation, I was sleeping more deeply every week as I was expanding every week. So I do want to go forward with this very slight increase in expansion as opposed to one big turn. And I will comment more on that in the next video. I do want to say that, with this big move coming up very soon, that's partly what's pulling me away from this project, which is a passion project. And it's pulling me out of it a little bit. But I do want to also recognize a few of you, like Jude for always commenting, and Scooty for some great suggestions recently, and everybody that has been watching my videos and commenting consistently so far. Seriously, it's super encouraging, and I really want to thank you guys and everybody else who has watched or liked, and I really appreciate it. I mentioned in one of my last videos that I recognize this as a part of my life now, and I also want to take a moment to say I'm also thankful to have you guys here to hear me out and listen to me and be part of the audience that I share now personal life stuff with. And thank you all again so much. Long story short on Zombie Face is I had a little too much fun over the weekend. I watched my best friends get married, and I had a little too much fun. We'll leave it at that.